You got to figure out a way to make this work. Ecclesiastes 7 and 8. What does it say?
Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 8.
You gotta have a lot of people don't get counsel like this. You gotta have a lot of this. Go ahead.
Better is the end of a thing
than
the beginning thereof.
Again, you got to know the end of the thing. And something even in marriage, you gotta have a vision.
Yeah.
You gotta have a vision of where you see you and the person you with in years to come. A goal. Work towards that. Hope nobody really breach it and mess it up while you're working. But better is the end of the thing than the what?
Than the beginning thereof.
And then check this out. And the who?
And the patient in spirit.
And the patient in spirit
is better than the proud in spirit.
They always better than the proud in spirit.
Oh, God.
So a little patience, both ways, goes a long way. You see? And always remember that everything you give, you also can receive. You want people, if you understand how you are, you want people to be patient with you and your shortcomings. Huh?
Yes, sir.
So you must be patient with others. Because it's not like we just ice skating and we infallible. We make mistakes too. Be patient. Exercise friendship in order to receive friendship. We have to exercise love in order to receive love. We have to exercise compromise in order to get compromise. Everything that we want at some point in time, we have to dish it out. That's the art form to making relationships last. Is to be able to know how to do that, when to do that, and when not to do that. But to make all that happen, and it sure ain't easy. It ain't easy at all. Sometimes somebody just gonna get strangled or something around there. That's what says all them timeouts is good. Even adult timeouts. Timeout. they need it. Huh? Fondness, absence makes the heart grow fond. And sometimes you just need to get out of here. And so yeah. It's a rough, even with the children. Patience. Sometimes I just want to Simpson stranglehold someone, but they can't do that. You gotta have a lot of patience with the children. Oh yeah. But better is the patient in spirit than the proud in spirit. And then you gotta read that 9th verse too, because this happens a lot.
Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry.
Don't be hasty in your spirit to be, and don't be a volcano. Don't do that. Man and woman. Little patient. Be not hasty to be angry. But where is anger?
For anger rests
It rests
in the bosom of fools.
Don't let it find a home in you. Because it can show enough make you foolish. All right? So them two little nuggets right there. Them two little nuggets right there. Huh?
I feel like our messages come out there.
Because you don't want to be so angry, be so hasty. Words and flight. Sometimes it's things we say that we don't regard as being nothing that hurt the most. We don't regard them as nothing. We say it, but we say, "Well, I really didn't mean," but it came out, and the only thing I can do with it is take it as it came out. You know? That's why I comes in. What's wrong with you? He's sitting over there. He done clowned up. She's sitting over there. She done clowned up, and you talking about what's wrong with you? It might have been something that you said to me. You see? Ask David. Since we've been talking about David, ask David. Changed his whole dynamic of his relationship with Milcah because of something she said to him. Words in flight. It changed everything. To the point where he didn't even want to deal with it no more. Huh? It's a matter. Read the book of Esther. Huh? King said, "Where's my wife?" I ain't going nowhere. Huh? It made him look like what? Made him look. See, these are things of master. Some things you wait, you be patient. I'm agreeing and very, but boy, when I get him home, I'm gonna give him the riot act, boy. But I ain't gonna give him the riot act in front of his buddies and everything. Make him feel like this, that he can't recover from it. But when I'm gonna be patient enough to get to that front door, then he mine. So it's juggling all that. Things you can, and that go back to knowing nature. What we talking about is you're trying to find out. Trying to find out. Any comments on that? I thought I could get some help, but I guess
that was straight to the point. That was right down the pipe right there.
No, maybe we have to do like they did when my mom and daddy was coming up. That was one good thing about Catholic Church. They had what they call that thing? No, wasn't no couple, right? They had to legally institutionalized. What is the right, as far as the right time to defend yourself? Never bad. Whenever your life is in utmost peril, danger. That's the right time to defend yourself and the life of others. Even with your wife, if she got a steak knife or something and them flew off the handle, don't mean just go Mike Tyson on it, but you have a right to defend yourself.
I guess we kind of sort of one like say that guy in Florida, he was defending his family, and he wound up dead behind that.
I don't know and I guess that's what I'm asking for, because I don't know the scenario that you're talking about.
Parked in a handicap spot. Yeah. He went in the store with his son. No, he went like.
Okay, white, Abraham, don't make no difference. Fall out of the sky, purple.
It already got white, came out, pushed. When he pushed, he fell down, got back up.
He didn't get up. He didn't pull out a gun. Yeah. The guy came out like. When he pushed the guy just standing around. He didn't question nothing. He just got up and shot his dead in the chest. He went back in the store and died right in front of his family.
Wow.
And he was saying like, well, that got to do with, the scripture said eye for an eye. But what you think about stand your ground when you know.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what he's trying to put together. Okay, okay,
They say eye for eye. and
Oh, okay.
loyal.
okay. Okay, now I got it.
They commit murder.
Now I got it. Let's go to context. You got 21?
Yes, sir. As the judges determine. And if any mischief follow, then thou shalt give life for life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot, burning for burning, wound for wound, strike for strike. And if a man smite the eye of his servant, or the eye of his maid,
No, that's good enough.
hallelujah.
See, that scenario don't figure and fit what y'all just described to me. That don't fit that at all, because that's not what happened. Deuteronomy 19. And because they don't fit under this scenario either, what happened? Get Deuteronomy 19.
Hallelujah.
So to verse 15.
Deuteronomy chapter 19, verse 15. One witness shall not rise up against a man for any iniquity or for any sin. And any sin that he sinned at the mouth of two witnesses or at the mouth of three witnesses shall the matter be established. If a false witness rise up against any man to testify against him that which is wrong, then both the men between whom the controversy is shall stand before Yahweh, before the priest, and the judge shall make diligent inquisition. And behold, if the witness be a false witness and have testified falsely, I thought to have done unto his brother, so shalt thou put the evil away from among you. And those which remain shall hear and fear, and shall henceforth commit no more any such evil among you. Life shall go for life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand.
That same harm should be passed on them. And that's what the Creator said. If it costs somebody their eye, then they eye. If it costs them whatever it costs them, or they wanted something to happen to that person, then let that happen to them. But that's not the scenario that I'm hearing that took place. On line 2. Go to Deuteronomy, what I'm hearing. And do you have the right to defend your wife? Yeah. And defend his wife. Go to Deuteronomy 22.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, Deuteronomy 22.
Yes, sir.
Give me verse 25.
Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 25. But if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die.
This man down in Florida, maybe that's what that man thought was happening. It don't matter. I got a strange man running up on my wife, on my woman
And child.
and child. Like I said earlier, even though it had to be put down, that's what drove that pit bull to do what it did.
Yes, sir.
Because as the boy ran up and ran past, he ran up in the vicinity, in the closeness of the pit bull, and she had her puppies. What automatically kicked in? Defense mode, protect mode, protect the lives of my children. That automatically kicked in. It'll kick in with anybody if you care about who you with, even if you're not a fighter. I done seen many men take an L, but at least they took the L because the protection kicked in. Because that's a right. Look what y'all might say here. If a man found a what?
A betrothed damsel in the field.
Now, betrothed is just one step under marriage. She engaged, in other words. So if a random man found a woman that's engaged, meaning she belonged, and if she engaged, she still belonged to somebody else.
Right. The purpose is on the line.
And he found in the field, and he goes so far as to what?
Force her.
Force her.
And lie with.
In other words, sexually assault her. Well, the first thing that's going to go through my head, if I see somebody hovering all over my woman, I'm thinking he trying to do something.
Right.
And I don't have no time to decipher what he trying to do. If he's going, whatever it is, it don't look right. That's all I know.
That's how it happened. He came out, this white man at number 10 at his woman.
Hello?
You know, and so like.
And it didn't look right.
It didn't look right.
Huh?
It didn't look right.
Because ain't nobody supposed to be that close to her except for him.
What you arguing with my wife?
Go ahead. Then the who should die?
Then the man only that lay with her shall.
But still, who's the catalyst? Who's the antagonist in this whole situation? That man over a parking space, jumping up in this woman's face, threatening her. He is the antagonist. The fact that they parked in the handicap, that is not no antagonist. That's as much of an antagonist like somebody say, well, I shot him because he stepped on my gym shoes. Cool, that's what they make rags, water, and shoe polish for. You can get another pair of gym shoes. But that man don't come back. And for her to experience that and his child, the ramifications on that child for the rest of their life. At the hands, all the guilt is on the hands of that white man. Go ahead.
Verse 26. But unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing.
Because like I said, we can take out the sexual assault because we don't know if that will happen. But unto the woman, and she wasn't guilty, she didn't go and pick a fight with him. He came and picked a fight with her. There's no guilt on her behalf, and there's no guilt on her husband's behalf running out and coming to her aid. Go ahead.
There is in the damsel no sin worthy of
Against his neighbor.
And slaying him.
and slaying him. That man, when he came out of the store, didn't know what this man, he might have pulled that gun and shot her. Who's to say he wouldn't? Who's to say he wouldn't? And slay of his neighbor, even so is the matter of sexual assault. For he found her in the field, and the betrothed damsel cried, and there was what?
None to save her.
Now there was none to save her. That's what I want you to see too. What is that telling you? That's telling you that she was betrothed, right?
Yeah,
She was engaged, right?
yeah.
She was by her. Who was the nun? Who was the nun? Her husband. So now let's do the reading. In other words, had he been there, what was he gonna do? Seeing this man trying to grab his wife, what was he gonna do if he come up on that situation? He was gonna try to what? Save her. Defend her. Because that's his what? His wife and his
Possession.
and his right. You have a right to defend if your life is in jeopardy.
Yeah.
Then you have the right, by any means necessary, to defend your life.
Yeah.
Period. Not if understood. They're breaking your home, they're taking your TV. Well, let Roscoe go with the TV. You don't gun him down because he got TV. Huh? He got a 55 inch and he running down the street where he ain't getting very far. Roscoe got to go. Gotta go, gotta go. When my life, when there is no other way, and you know when that time is, you know. But outside of that, even if it's after fact, it sounds a little sick, but you can't do it. A fact. Let's go to the book of, since we read this, let's go to the book of 2 Samuel.
Yeah.
Because when life is in the immediate proximate danger, whether it's yours or anybody that's with you, then you have the right to defend yourself. Second Samuel 13 chapter.
Hallelujah.
The law to the testimony. So you have to follow the law.
Which one was that?
The law we just read.
I'm saying that I'm saying you follow the law of the land or the law of the credit card. That's right.
The law of the land, the guy wasn't even charged to be the murder.
Right.
Because the law of the land say stand your ground.
And that's because
But
of
that man said, listen, that's my wife, you. And irate with.
Well, let me
if, say, what if she had blown him away?
well let me say this.
My question is, what law you gonna follow? You know, you got and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And if okay, guy comes up to the car, and when she got concealed carry, and he comes up to the car, what the hell happened to you, blah, blah, blah. And she takes it, boom. Did she?
No.
Well, she probably walked away.
No. Remember,
If she feels her
my life wasn't even in if listen to this scenario. She's sitting in the car, right? She's sitting in the car, right? He come up to the car. He start arguing. He just yelling, right? Huh? What other things can I do? Let's take the woman away from it. What other things can I do?
I could drive away.
I could drive away. My window is rolled up. What can he do? Huh?
Okay, I understand that you're right about that. But what I'm saying is she's put in a situation where she can't get away.
You don't like this, right?
And she put her life.
He is showing that he left her no recourse but to do what she did. This is the same justice we talking about when cops do what they do. Because they do stuff and they have other recourses beyond just pulling out their revolver and shooting somebody. Because you can go through all the recourses and say, well, you could have did this, you could have did that, you could have did that. Why did you do this? Like our brother that got shot when he made the traffic stop at UC. All them other things he could have did. Yeah. I mean, you got him, you pulled him over right at his house. Where was he said he going? To his house. He wasn't going very far. You could have did many things, but your only mind was to tell you what? Shoot him in the head. Not even shoot the tires out of the, that don't shoot him point blank in the head. You know what that tells me when you go to that extent? That tells me that was what was on your mind in the first place when you encountered him. That's what that's telling me. That was premeditated. That's what you thought about doing, and that's what the argument was. That's what you thought about doing when you made this stop. I don't care how many hundreds of stops you made before and you didn't. This day, in your mind, you had it when I pulled, especially this person, because they sit in their vehicle and they run everything before they get out and even engage. He went up to him with the fact in his mind that I'm going to kill this man.
He didn't have it because he didn't have a license. That's the reason.
About in this land, and if this guy rolls up on your wife, she's in the parking lot, he just want, he tell her, I'm gonna kill you.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna kill you, and makes gestures towards her, and she got the gun. I say the same thing.
Same law.
Yeah. I don't know. She said the rules.
Can't.
That is true.
Going by the rules of the law.
It's two sets of rules, yeah, but you can't.
What happened if you ran up on you? You know this white kid going through that.
See, and that, I mean, Alicia, I listened to him this morning. I listened to Alicia this morning, and I love what he said. He said some of the laws are good. He said sometimes it ain't the fault of the law. It's the fault of the people that interpret the law. And Deuteronomy. So then we come back. Well, maybe we might not even come back. Deuteronomy. Let's go there. Because the Almighty. But see, the truth of the matter is a lot of these things we say the law of the land, the law of this. When the Almighty said obey the law of the land, he said obey the law of the land because it's the law that actually he made up. It's righteous law that he made up. And that's why he'll tell you obey that law of the land. Because it's a law that when you study scripture, it's scripturally found. So the problem is not with the law. The problem is with the people who are put in charge to enforce the law or interpret the law. Because things are crystal clear. They just don't judge things the way they should judge things. And the Almighty said that that would be part of the curse.
Yeah.
Watch this. You got Deuteronomy
Yes, sir.
32.
Hallelujah.
See, it ain't a lot of time, like I said, it ain't a lot of time that I found fault. Because case in point, stand your ground, that's the law I should have went to. The Almighty said, when the thief be found breaking in. Now, if you run up on him and there's no recourse in the law when he said breaking in, what can be done to him? Well, that's today we won't use gun. What can be done to him if the thief be found breaking in? Maybe we ought to go to that law first. See, I want you to get it. It really don't resonate well, but if there's other recourses, you have to let them other recourses play out. And that's what's gonna get a lot. That's what get a lot of people that I run into when they run out. I got my CCW. I say, yeah, and it's gonna get you CC by too.
I had a friend. He was in Norwood too. His woman was ready. She went into the store. The guys asked her, "You got your green card? What are you doing over here?" She's pregnant. That upset her. She goes through this process of losing the baby because she's upset. He hears what these guys are saying, pulls his weapon and puts it on top of the hood of the car. He didn't fire it, he didn't do anything. I seen that man go to prison for 4 years because he had a weapon with him and he never fired the shot. But they killed his girl's baby, his baby. And explained, that justified?
They hit her?
It hit her. It was just a verbal thing where they talking about the green card being.
Well, that's a. I'll tell you what, but maybe that's after the Sabbath. I'll break that down to you. But let's go here. Chapter 22 of Exodus.
Yes, sir.
Verse 2. Chapter 22 of Exodus.
Exodus chapter 22, verse 2. If a thief be found breaking up and be smitten that he die, there shall no blood be shed for him.
I was in the bed. I was in the house. Got up. I wanted a cup of water. Middle of the night. I'm walking down the hall. Yeah, please. He in the house. He think, now what you think he gonna do? Cause I done what? I done started to scare him. You ain't gonna back away like that. Come on. He getting ready to get what? Physical with me.
He's gonna run or he gonna charge.
Right. Huh? So I let him do that. But if he doesn't do that and he does keep reading that law, what does it say?
And if the sun be risen,
Now go up.
If the thief be found breaking up and be smitten that he die, there shall no blood be shed for him.
And I smite him. Maybe I'll pick up this heavy ashtray and just he leaking. I'll take my time, maybe calling 911. He leaks all over him. He's smitten and he died. Under the Yah's law, how it happened to me? Nothing. Because I was what? Justified. Because I was defending myself. But, keep going.
If the sun be risen upon him.
But if by some way, he done got bye-bye, the sun be, if there's other recourses, then what?
There shall be blood shed for him, for he shall make full restitution. If he have nothing, then he shall be sold for his theft.
We come with the theft, then we prosecute him for theft. That was the thief. You prosecute him for the theft. You don't prosecute him for his life, you prosecute him for his theft, make him pay. That's what you do to him.
I agree with all of that. But the law of this land says that I can put him away in the house.
No, no.
I'm saying if he I can choose either to get away with just
written. You can get your initially inept or F to do it and give you the full scope of it, you will get yourself jammed up thinking you was doing the right thing by the law.
So it's two sets of rules for us to them.
It ain't no two sets, it's
Because they get
not,
away with it.
it's not understanding. Scriptures say, even scriptures say, in all you're getting, get what?
Understand.
Understanding.
But they also say you're in a what? Wicked land, did it?
And so you better get understanding to how they do things.
Because it seems like they can throw you away, no accountability. If you do it, you're gonna have to.
Well, let me show you why I seem like that. Now I want to go to that Deuteronomy.
But I only have one scenario that I think they right. That was in John Kenny's story. They broke in his house. He shot 3 people, but he went to jail because he wasn't supposed to have.
Yeah.
It wasn't for the murder.
Yes. He wasn't supposed to have the gun.
It's the same scenario that John Jordan talked.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
the scenario that you just gave when you met somebody in your house and they started to put up a defense and you shot him, you said you would be justified?
No, I said you would be.
Okay. Yeah, you would be.
Yeah, I said you would because you defended yourself. Yeah. It's all best off then.
Yeah. But if he turned around,
But if he turned and he fleeing, yeah, he bolting.
Yeah.
I can't just go ramble on him. That. I can't do that. That's why they stole his car and was driving away from him. But he just went out and just back. Huh? No, we gonna charge you. We know that's your car. We know it meant a lot to you. We know you're mad that he jumped in and he stole it. But you can't do that.
That's what that double allows from in because the police can see you run away, shoot you 5 times in the back.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. It's the interpretation of law. Let me give you in the justice system. That's why the Creator says, see, it's understanding. It's understanding. They not when
Ben started this.
yes, Ben started. Now I see why you gotta have patience. No, I'm playing with you, Ben. I'm playing with you, brother.
Hallelujah.
It's a good subject, man.
Yes, it is. See, number one, and it's all entailed in these curses.
There you go.
Number one, you got to understand where police even come from. Don't you know police were born out of the animosity and the era of the slave? The Detroit Police Department, it was born out of a case of Detroit versus David Crosswhite. Now, who was David Crosswhite? I'll tell you who he was. He was a black man that all he did was fled slavery and fled over into Canada. And the people went over and tried to go over into Canada and get him back. But the mob resisted over in Canada. So what they said is that'll never happen again because we're going to put something in place to make sure that don't happen again where we be outnumbered. And that developed the city of Detroit Police Department. Everybody always talking about police and black relationship like it's something new. It goes back to since we've been here.
right.
Slave trade. They were called slave catchers. The animosity goes back to when we first came over here. And it's still here today. So of course, if it's born out of that, then of course they're going to operate on 2 different parallels. Because they always going back to one, because they always have back to one, because that's his employment. That's what he was employed to do. Versus you.
Only
versus you. That's why they're not going to prosecute them. They can be as wrong as all day long. You know it. I know it. The world knows it. But guess who don't know it? The people that put them in position. And the Almighty said that because look at what he said. Now go to Deuteronomy.
Yes, sir.
32. See, he told us all this.
Hallelujah.
32,
Yes, sir.
31, verses 31, 32, 33,
Hallelujah.
30,
Deuteronomy,
and then 35.
Deuteronomy chapter 30.
We'll just keep reading till we stop sign.
Hallelujah. Deuteronomy chapter 32,
Mm-hmm.
verse 31.
Uh-huh.
For their rock
For their rock with a
is
little R.
not our rock.
For their rock. What's a rock? A rock is something what? Solid. Something stable. Something firm. Their rock is not our what?
Our rock. Even our enemies themselves being judged.
Even our enemies themselves being our what?
Judges.
We going down already with 2 strikes.
Already.
When we step in the ballot box in the judicial system, we already in the count of 0 and 2. We don't have a what? 1 strike left. The Creator said that. Their rock, you go down trusting to get justice from, and there is no justice, it's just us. Because their rock is not.
Is of the vine of Sodom.
Because even when they give the best, the Creator gonna say, don't get too happy, because even when they give you they do give you a fair shake. Their vine is the vine of Sodom. And the fields of Gomorrah, their grapes are grapes. When you bite them, they bitter. Like the ones you pick up in the store to test them, and you bite it, and the bitter is all get out. That's what it is. It look good, but it's bitter. And their clusters are bitter. Their wine is the poison of dragons and cruel venom of asps. This is what the Almighty was telling us about. Like I said, Elisha did that program, and he did it on the hill, not only with it's just the way they are. Kabaka Abba.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had words. They always feuded. They always cussed each other out. But Kabaka Abba was coming out of down the steps of City Hall. Just left. And another man rolled up on him. Another black man rolled up on him and gunned him down right on the very steps of City Hall in front of public people, police and stuff. And this man is out walking around right now. He did about 3 to 5 years. And I don't even think he did the 5. He did maybe 3, the most lenient part of it, and then they released him. And then, now he did the 3, and they released him. While the other man, they laid him to rest, never to come back. Never to come back. Now, did they lose any sleep over there?
No.
Did they feel bad about that?
No.
No, they did not. That's right. Because he was a big time enemy. Just for speaking. Not that he bombed nothing, like this. Not that he bombed nothing, not that he did nothing to shot, but for speaking his mind. And always being a thorn in their side. Then the Creator said, is not this laid up in store with me? Is it not sealed among my treasures? He said, but yes, you gotta be a little patient. He said, because you have to, my people gonna have to experience this. But he said, but what?
Hallelujah.
But what? But to me,
vengeance and recompense.
see, sometimes I might walk out of the courtroom and just say, oh, y'all, vengeance belong unto you. But before we get to the court, now a lot of people don't want to do that. I got to have it myself. But no, the Almighty said vengeance belong to who?
To him.
It belonged to me.
And recompense. Their foot shall slide in due time. For the day of their calamity is at hand.
And he was talking about them because all the injustice that they spread, it's got to come back to them. And that's what's happening now. The injustice that they have spread, the injustice they have practiced, it is Brother Aaron is anti-American. Is that Brother Aaron know the word of the Almighty? You reaping what you sow.
Yes, sir.
And what you put out has to come back.
It will come back.
It's coming back.
Yes, sir.
But search it out. Get understanding. Make sure you really understand the thing. Especially if you know you're already behind the 8 ball. Because them two brothers right there, and I went through it. We went over laws, and they see when they went over laws, they're like, wait a minute. Hold on, because I thought, and I thought I could. I said, huh? Yeah, you reading this now? Huh? You reading it, ain't you? The way they was thinking, they be saying bye-bye to their loved ones. Maybe feeling all right, but they be saying bye-bye. Elder?
When we talk about the laws in each state as far as standing your ground is different.
It's different.
And in Florida, you do not have to try to resist. I mean, you don't have to try to get away.
Right.
You know, and see, and that's how he get away. He didn't have to at least try to get away. In a lot of states, you at least have to say, well, I made it an attempt.
Like Ohio.
Yeah, to get back.
Mm-hmm.
But in Florida,
don't have to. Wild, Wild West kind of thing.
Yeah.
If you just feel, you're bound. So it's not even uniform.
No.
It's not even uniform. And I'll give you a great hint. From municipality to municipality, laws are not always uniform. So what I could do in the city of Cincinnati, if I go over to Norwood, it might be a totally, or down and even that, it might be a totally different interpretation of what I can do. What I can carry in Cincinnati, I might not be able to carry that when I get one of these other little municipalities like Elmwood or something. Yeah. So it's not even uniform. And that's what the Almighty was speaking to. That's why he said, first of all, to follow. First instructions to follow for his people is him. If we were following his instructions first, then we wouldn't have to worry about getting tangled up in that web we weave when we practice deceit. We wouldn't even be
If we had followed his instructions, we wouldn't be.
We wouldn't be.
Yes, sir.
We wouldn't be. He said, but because you refuse to follow my instruction, I'm going to put you with some people that bigger food, that know how to play the fool better than you. And they can do it with a smile and a grin and a straight face. Oh, we just tell a widow, oh, we just couldn't get him on that. We saw him, but we couldn't get him on that. And we'll show up at the funeral.
He got it. He wanted it.
They'll show up at the funeral,
Yes, they will.
huh? Smiling and shaking hands. So we put ourselves in and continue to keep ourselves in by not returning back to Yah.
Hallelujah.
Something like this with the Bridget Lights or something like that. Man, sound part, body parts all around, because of what they did. You couldn't get justice.
Oh, that was in the book of Judges. That's where the Levites wife, I won't say that's a different kind of scenario though. We'll deal with that one day. That's a whole nother, yeah, not right now. We'll deal with that. But I understand what you're talking about, but we'll deal with that. And then because there's one other thing I want to show. Yeah, I'm by the name. I'm trying to make the sense of it. But you can't make the sense of it. You're under the curse. Let me show you two more things. See, it ain't that I'm loving it. But I understand it because it's the word of Yah and I got to accept it. If you humble yourself. All this Almighty ain't left us in the dark. You got Deuteronomy, brother?
Yes, sir.
32?
Hallelujah.
Because before he even get to 31, look what the Almighty gonna tell us. You got 32?
Yes, sir.
Verse 18. Go.
Are unmindful.
That's why he said his servant, his righteous servant, he won't be out marching, protesting. But he understand everything that's going on. It's not that it sit well with him and he like it and he just, oh yeah. But he understand because it's all been revealed to him. He know the marching is futile. They sit back and sit down and look, be like, oh, let them burn a little steam off. They're going to go home. And then everything will be status quo. Not that I'm saying not have a good time, but we'll bring a concert into town. We'll give them 3 days to cut loose, and everybody will be all right. Everything will blow over. Not much going to be done because they don't really have no power anyway. Because they don't know what their power is to do nothing. But he said,
Unmindful.
is the Almighty people unmindful of who begot them?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
I want to ask everybody, even if it's so, because those that might be a little befuddled by these words, are his people unmindful of who got them? They think they begotten by Christ.
Yes, they are.
And Muslim deities and other deities. They know nothing about Yah. Keep going.
And has forgotten the Elohim that formed thee.
Yes.
Disgust.
He started hating them. Detested them. Yes.
Yes.
Because of what?
The provoking of his son.
Because of provoking of his son and his daughters, who hated him, who were unmindful of what he did and how he established them.
Face from them. I will see what their end shall be.
I want to see what they turn out since they don't want to acknowledge me. I want to see how far they get since they don't want to acknowledge me. I want to see what civil rights on his own get them. Yes, marching on their own get them. Voting on their own get them. I'm not mad when they come at me talking about vote. I say go on and vote. That's what I tell them that they go on and vote. I'm mad at you that you voted. Like you mad at me that I'm not voting. Go ahead.
But they are very forward, but they are a very forward generation. Children in whom is no faith.
They don't have no truth. They children who don't have no faith because they don't have no truth. He said, and they have moved me to jealousy with that which is not Elohim. They still doing it. They're going to do it when they wake up tomorrow morning.
Yes, they is.
He's going to be greatly moved to jealousy. That all prayers, adulation, testimonies, songs, going to be going up to something that don't even exist. They have moved me to jealousy with that which is not Elohim and provoked me to anger with their vanities. Even if they don't go to church, they're going to serve their vanities. Themselves. Not themselves. Their own ideologies and thoughts. So the Creator said, then I will move them to jealousy.
Yes, sir.
With those which are not a people. I'm going to put them in the midst of you. They move us to jealousy.
Yeah.
Are you not confounded how they act?
Yeah.
Are you not confounded and confused at the descendants of your theft and how they act? They got you scratching your head. Wait a minute. This ain't right. That ain't right. He got us moved to jealousy with a people that's not. They do things to serve their own self-interest. And they'll band together if that's what it does. Let me tell you something. Let me ask this question. When Poland was taken, who was Hitler's ally when he took Poland? I got Mussolini. What do you say? Hitler? He did Poland by himself. All right. But he did not do Poland by himself. Revisit that. He had a peace treaty with Russia, and Stalin was the one he had the peace treaty, and they backed him to go in and destroy Poland, take Poland. It was supposed to split it. Right. And then when the split came, what happened? Because of his own self-interest, now what happened? Your doorstep, I'm going to invade Russia. See, there wasn't no unity. It was, what can you do for me at this time? Great Britain and the United States. But it was, what can we do for each other right now? And the best out and out. Now, after that happens, guess what? Cold War. Back to, And my friend, there you go. There you go. And that's what he's saying. They will, see, you got to know how these games play. They will get together. If it means getting rid of you, they will get together. Not that they buddies, but we got something that we want to accomplish. So for right now, we walking hand in hand. But after that, you know what I mean? You go back over there, I go back over here. And that's why he said, I will move you to jealousy with those that are not a people. And I will provoke you to anger with them that is a foolish nation. Even when they become a nation, they're going to be a nation of fools that rule. Right now, you got the biggest fool. Biggest fool to this day. Biggest fool. Personal lawyer just done roll over on him. Say, yeah, he met with the Russians. Yeah, he on him.
Yeah. He thought the brother was.
They met with him. It was him, his son-in-law. They were all there. Talking about Hillary and how they could do this. All this thing is, yeah, the Almighty is moving. He is moving. He is swift and he's moving. He is moving. Verse 22, he said, but as far as us, he said, for a fire is kindled in my anger, and will burn into the lowest pit. It will consume the earth with her increase and set the fire. And then he goes in to the rest of that. He has told us, as far as that's concerned, speaking about us, and then one more place, and then I'll take final comments so we can get ready to adjourn. Book of Job, and we all know this. Now, how much right can you get when you're dealing with wrong and wrongdoers? Huh? Book of Job,
Yes, sir.
9th chapter, 24th verse. And how much right can you give for somebody that really don't know right from wrong? Isn't that why he said the tents of Shem, Yahweh must persuade Japheth that he can dwell in the tents of Shem, where the blessing is, where there's righteousness at? Well, he must come to learn what righteousness is. This man don't know right. And he don't. He don't know the clean from the unclean. Job 9:24.
Hallelujah. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked.
Hello?
He covereth the face of the judges thereof.
That's why there's corruption all over the world.
If not, where and who is he?
Where and who is he? Where and who is he? Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
So, in the eyes of Yah, in the eyes of Yah, that man is your brother.
Yeah.
There is no defense for what he did in the eyes of Yah. And retribution will come.
Yeah.
See, I believe you can't get it in the courts. It's gonna come. Even if it don't come by way directly of him. Because the like I said, I've seen it. I know it because I attribute it to the Almighty because I believe his word. They have a case, and it was the Roach case. And as soon as Roach got laid off, the Almighty went through Blue Ash and dropped 2-3 tornadoes right in the little community of Blue Ash that tore up. That's the Almighty. And he can execute vengeance and justice a whole lot better than I can. But if he put it in my hands at the time to be able to execute vengeance and justice. And you should know this because you're with me twice a week. If it's given in my hands to do so. Praise God. Praise God. One last thing. Let's go back to the law.
Hallelujah.
Exodus. Because if he give it to me and put it in my hands, then I'm going to execute it. Because he does put it in the hands. He said, let it be a two-edged sword in the hands of all his saints to execute what? Vengeance and what? Judgment. This have the right of all the saints of Yahweh.
Hallelujah.
And then look at what the Almighty said in Exodus 21, verse 12. This is what I'm telling you.
Hallelujah. Exodus chapter 21, verse 12. He that smiteth a man so that he die shall be surely put to death.
And that's because that's murder. That's murder. He that smite a man, he that land on the ground and pull out a gun and just shoot, that's murder. That's murder.
That's what happened.
Yeah, that's murder. When all the man was trying to do was get distance between you and his wife and his son, defending them, that's murder. When you were the antagonist. If you wasn't there, then none of this happened. You see? That's murder. But then look at 13.
And if a man lie not in wait, but Elohim deliver him into his hand.
Meaning murder wasn't the goal, but it went down and the Almighty did what?
Deliver him into your hand.
That's why I tell y'all when you get in a fight, you still acknowledge the Almighty. Because it's up to the Creator. It ain't about that you just come through Joe or something. Or you got more bullets or you got a higher caliber. It's up to the Almighty. And if you come through and you come out on the top on the end, then you better get back to God. Because if he delivered him into your hands, if he give you the strength to conquer. Go ahead.
Then I will appoint thee a place whether he shall flee. But if a man come presumptuously upon his neighbor to slay him with gall, thou shalt take him.
Case in point, if with this 13th verse, if a man lie not in wait, but Elohim deliver him into his hand, then I will appoint thee a place where he shall flee. Let's say the brother came out, that same snare, and he saw everything go on, and he hit him, and he fell, and old boy fell back and busted his head, and he leaking, and he died. Well, then that's not murder. That would have fell under the lines of manslaughter, because it's not something that he meant to do. It's not something that he premeditated on doing, but it did. Manslaughter, and I will appoint him a place of refuge where he could go here at this time. He could go and still continue his life as long as he followed under the rules and the guidelines of manslaughter and what to do. But he's not a murderer. No, they're not going to, but he is a murderer. The white man is a murderer.
He did 14. He came presumptuous.
He came presumptuous.
Upon his neighbor
Yes.
with evil intention.
We got, yes, sir.
You know, even though he didn't pull a gun out, he had evil intention.
Yes, sir.
They had a witness that said they ran across that same guy and escalated the situation.
Mhm.
That happened like a couple of weeks prior. So he was a George Zimmerman.
Yes, yes.
You know, I gonna pick me one.
And let me tell you something. It's a sunshine state, and we getting ready to drive. It's a beautiful state. But a lot of people don't know, Florida is one of the most racist states in the union. He sound, I don't know if he is, but he sound like the same old white man who shot up the car full of the teenage kids because they were playing their music too loud, who never went to jail.
Yes, same breed.
If he's not the same man, he's the same breed. Yes, sir. That's what they're growing down there. Huh? No, I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be. Any other comments? But yeah, if your life is in immediate proximate danger, the life that is the council doctrine in full. If your life or the life of another is in immediate to exercise that force with force. But if not, you don't have the right. If you got yourself, you can close yourself up in your bedroom, close yourself barricaded, close it up. Now, and I'm just telling you how it's interpreted. Close yourself up, call 911, pray to Yah that they gonna come out and let them know what's happening. Because don't trust. Because you'll be jammed up, thinking, because he's saying, man, I'm doing the right thing. But in his eyes, his interpretation, he always will look at, I got 2 for 1. I can get rid of two of them at one time. I can get rid of him because he was ignorant and didn't know. And we can get rid of him because he shouldn't have been doing what he was doing. So we can wreck two lives. Don't kill the messenger. I'm not sparing bad news. I'm just trying to.
Yeah.
People get happy. I don't understand that you get ready to get jammed up. You get ready to get jammed up. Now I have all that, but my help, just like they sing in Atlanta, my help, all my help. Before it even go down, my help comes from Yah. As David said, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, because I got one defending me on a constant. As long as I be right. That's my rock. That's my defense.
Capital letters.
With capital letters.
Capital letters.
And he is undefeated.
Undefeated.
Any other comments from anyone? Yes, sir.
I'm just listening to how we talking about everything going down for us in this captivity, but it just made me wonder. How we said the Almighty supers come through the water. Is that the same way as going through the land? It's like, cause you know how Katrina went through New Orleans. I know New Orleans was one of the ports for us. And then how it started going through Texas. It's brought us here, and it's like how the hurricane hit Florida. Cause
Well, yes, and all a hurricane is a windstorm over water. So there's not much difference. The only difference between it and a tornado is a tornado is over land, dry ground. And a hurricane is basically a tornado or vortex that's over water. So it had the ingredients of the water being carried in it. And so it's just the forces, it's the forces of Yah. I won't even say the forces of nature. It's just all the forces that he can muster that man can't fight against.
but I'm just saying, but just listening to everything that's going on with us, and things happening in Florida.
And I'll say this, if you think you've seen it, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Hallelujah. Yes, sir.
It's any force that you want to call. It's like the plagues of Egypt. It was any force that he want to call at his disposal. That drastic wind, winter wind. Crippled transportation. Because you cripple transportation, this land is done, ain't it?
Yep.
Huh? Huh? Plane. Huh?
Can't go over the highway.
Stores can't what?
Open.
Get merchandise. They can't get merchandise. What can they do? They can't open. They can't open. What happened in the general public? Panic. Panic. Huh? There you ain't see. There's a lot of things. You ain't seen nothing yet. Little bitty things. West Nile virus. Huh? Bad this year. Mosquito biting folks. Yeah, West Nile virus. Done killed a few people. Bad, yeah. See? Yeah. Yeah.
New flu strain.
Yeah. Bad. There's some places that you're traveling to, they tell you you have to get vaccination for the West Nile because it's that bad. I think Florida is one of the hotspots. Uh-oh.
No, sir, they had a newspaper the other week, 25 and the insects ranked number one.
Thank you.
The
Hello?
flies and the mosquitoes
Hello?
were number one.
Hello?
Not lions, hippos, or none of that. It's the very smallest creatures that the Most High put on this earth.
Yes, sir.
They were ranked number one at destroying more lives in the year than anything else.
Yes, sir.
Now, they had snake bites real high, but like I say, snake bites don't kill a lot of people
That's right.
in America
Yes, sir.
because we got antidotes.
Yes, sir.
But other countries don't have antidotes. Kill more lives, take more lives in a year than anything else. That's amazing.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
These are the things you can't fight with. Tanks can't fight them. Guns can't fight them. You can't fight. Huh? All right. Any other comments? There's no other comments. Let us stand. Did y'all enjoy yourselves today? That's a